Welcome, everybody, to the U.S. Cellular Center in downtown Cedar Rapids and the 2018 Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Tournament. Glad to have you with us this evening. My name is Jamie Brockman, and being joined by Zarin Eggestall here courtside as we are ready to bring you this Class 4A quarterfinal round game here on the IGHSAU Digital Network, which is being powered by Mid-American Energy. Well, we have the number 4 and number 5 seeds going head-to-head here. Just saw before this one on court number 1, we saw the number 1 seed, Sergeant Bluff Luton, advance. Cedar Rapids Xavier has already advanced. They defeated Pella, and now we've got the final 2 4A quarterfinal round matches coming up here on court 1 and 2. The other one has number 3 seed DCG, Dallas Center Grimes, and number 6 seed Bondurant-Farrar. So here we've got the defending state champions, Dubuque Wallards, and they will take on the Independence Mustangs, the Eagles and the Mustangs. And let's talk about the defending state champions, Dubuque Wallard, first there. And this is a power program when it comes to high school volleyball. And, you know, they've got the coaching, they've got the players, they've got the accolades. I mean, this is a strong volleyball program at Dubuque Wallard.
Yeah, they have 19 state volleyball championships, and obviously adding to those, they had 17 until 2 years ago, back-to-back Class 4A state champions the last 2 years, 19 state championships. This is appearance number 31, their 31st appearance at the tournament, and this is the 6th year for head coach Lindsay Beavis here in the number 4 team in Class 4A. They were the team to beat last year. Now this year, still, you know, they got that chip on their shoulder. Teams always want to beat the defending state champion because they're still the state champion until they get beat.
Right.
So they are still the reigning state champions until on Friday after the Class 4A state championship or until they lose today. So, big chip on their shoulder. And the Mustangs, they want to come in here and they want to knock them off that podium.
Well, they return 3 starters from last year, including Class 4A All-Tournament captain and All-State player, junior Aaliyah Carter. She has verbally committed to play volleyball at Kansas State, Big 12, having another stellar campaign, averaging over 5 kills a set, second in the team in digs and blocks. Sophomore setter Lauren Montgomery averaging 9 assists a set, while senior Maddie McCarron averaging about 4 digs per set. And they ranked second in Iowa with 31, as you said, state tournament appearances. So very, very power program in Dubuque Wallard. On the other end, Independence, 34-6 on the year, champions of the WAMAC Conference, where they went 6-0. They are coached by Joe Schmitz, and they're the number 5 ranked team. They're one of 5 state tournament returnees from last year in the Class 4A field. They fell in the first round last year to Cedar Rapids Xavier, but they returned 5 starters. A strong senior class paces Independence. Madison Larsen leads the team in kills. Holly Cooksley is the 4A leader in serving aces and second in assists. Sydney Heem ranks second in Class 4A in digs. And senior Mackenzie Hupke is the team leader in blocks. Now, many of these girls also played on Independence's state qualifying softball team last July. So, you know, they were at state a year ago, lost in the first round. They made a nice run at the state softball tournament. And again, you know, many of these schools many of these girls, as we said, are involved in multiple sports. So they're no strangers to the state tournament atmosphere and spotlight.
Yeah, chatting with Coach Schmitz earlier today, he said that was a bitter feeling getting knocked out of the tournament last year by Xavier, and they do not want that again. They want the feeling of moving on to day number 2. They don't want to be out in day number 1. They want to move on to the day number 2 in Class 4A, and they got to try to do it against the defending state champion. 19, that still blows my mind, 19 total state championships for Dubuque Wallard.
Yeah. And, you know, you look at a team like Mount Vernon in Class, what are they? We used to be 2A. They might be 3A now. But you look at the tradition they have in volleyball and how strong they are, or like a Western Christian. And those numbers don't even compare to 19 state titles by Dubuque Wallard. That is just absolutely astounding.
It is. It's absolutely incredible.
All right, well, we're ready for our opening introductions here. And we've got 2 courts going simultaneously, so they're going to do both courts before we start. So you can see on your screen our teams are lined up on the sidelines, but they might go with court 2 first. I don't know, so you might have to wait.
They're doing the court 2 ones right now. So
Okay.
As soon as court 2 finishes up, then we'll be over to court 1. Now, we had that to start off the day, but other than that, we've been pretty different. Like, they've been playing while we've been doing introductions, and we've been playing while they've been doing introductions. But those last 2 games, were able to catch up. They were a little bit far behind. They went early, we went late, so they were able to catch up. Excuse me.
Yeah, these are the final 2 matches of the day here on day 1 at the State High School Volleyball Tournament. A long day coming up tomorrow as we go through Class 3A, 2A, and 1A all in one day. Quarterfinals. A lot of matches to be played tomorrow. If you're a fan of volleyball, tomorrow would be the day to be here. You see 3 of the 5 classes in action. And then we come back Thursday with semifinals. And then, of course, Friday, it's championships all day, all 5 classes here at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. So let's take a look at the starters in this contest. It's brought to you by Buena Vista University, your starting lineups. And so we'll look at Independence first, the number 5 seed. And they will start with Abby Davis, a 5'4 senior. She's the setter, the quarterback of the team. Holly Cooksley, one that we talked about in our pregame. She's a 5'9 senior, also a setter. So they'll run a double setter offense here for Independence. Then you've got Sydney Hearn. She's the libero, or the defensive specialist. Reese Martin, a 5'10 sophomore middle hitter. Allie Jo Zieser, a 5'6 junior outside hitter. Madison Larsen, 6'1 senior outside hitter. And Mackenzie Hupke, a 5'9 senior middle hitter, are the starters for the Mustangs of Independence. 34-6 on the year, 6-0 champions of the WAMAC Conference, coached by Joe Schmitz. 23 years as a head coach, 9 at Independence, 390 career wins for Coach Schmitz. And, of course, their superintendent is a guy that I know very well, Russ Ryder. His first year at Independence as a superintendent, but for the last several years, he's been the superintendent at Oskaloosa, which is where I come from, where I live, and got to know him really well. And he's also a member of the Iowa High School Athletic Association Board of Control. And I just ran into him here in between the games. He's here obviously supporting his Independence girls and students in the volleyball tournament. So good to see Russ.
Yeah, you talk about the double setter. It's tougher. It's going to be tough for Dubuque Wahlert to defend that when you have those 2 setters. You never know where it's going to come from and which way it's going to go.
All right, starting lineups for Dubuque Wahlert. They have Aaliyah Carter, a 5'9 junior outside hitter. Libby Perry, a 5'6 junior defensive specialist. Rachel Eddy, a 5'5 junior defensive specialist.
We'll see which team can establish momentum and put 5 or 6 points together. The serve goes to the Blue Jays court. Here's a block at the net, kept alive. Dallas Center Grimes gets it back into the Blue Jay court from the left side. A kill attempt. The Phillies, though, come up with it. Here's a return that went under the net. The point goes to the Phillies of Dallas Center Grimes.
It's a little bit mishit there. A nice volley back and forth from both squads.
Moving the ball back and forth from the rear to the front. The serve on the way. Bondurant-Farrar sets it left side for the kill attempt, out of bounds, and the Phillies get the shot down. Lexi Bedier, good shot by her.
Yep, and she's coming into this game with 150 kills on the year. I think we're going to look for her to make a big impact for the Lady Jays.
Lady Jays, Kate Tippmann will do the service honors, but it's long. Dallas Center Grimes considered to be the home team on the board. This is game 1 of what could be 5 games in the set. Substitution out there for Dallas Center Grimes. Coming out of the lineup is Tiffany Denger. In for the service is Dakota Miles, the libero. She goes low over the net. Is set up to the left side by Bondurant-Farrar. Nice play there.
A crafty little push over there from Grace Hinsey, the senior. She's leading the Lady Jays in kills.
And now into the service area for Bondurant-Farrar. Up to the net. Dallas Center Grimes tries to go deep, but a return back to the center line by Tippmann.
It's cool. I mean, you're driving to the end zone, and all you see is a lake right there. It's kind of cool right there at Buena Vista.
If you kick a field goal or an extra point a little too hard, it might end up in the lake.
Cross the road and get into the lake. That would be pretty cool.
All right, proud to have
The point, double hit. Point goes to Dallas Center Grimes, so they are up now by a 4-2 score. Doing the service honors for the Phillies, Kenneth Jackson, who is a
Dubuque Waller in the white and blue, and then the number 5 seed, Independence, in the white and maroon. The Golden Eagles of Dubuque Waller and the Mustangs of Independence.
Another big crowd on hand for this. There's hardly a seat left going around the bottom tier of this arena. Both student sections, I see maybe 2 or 3 seats open in either student section. It is incredible, the show that we've had here for the Iowa girl.
Yeah, it's been a great first day, really, and usually you're bigger. It's funny when you say this because the 5As and 4As are the bigger cities and towns, but
usually
when it comes to sports, the smaller schools, that's where the fans turn out. They close down the towns, So I'm excited to see the crowds tomorrow after what I saw today.
Yeah.
All right, first point in the books. It's going to go to Independence as they score first on the defending back-to-back state champs.
Yeah, Independence getting out to a good start. Both teams in white here, but a little bit different of a color, so we're able to pick those out.
Yeah, again, Waller with the blue bottoms and Independence with the maroon. There's a hard hit. Nice dig. Middle of that back row, but the dig will sail out of bounds. So, Golden Eagles on the board, 1-1. Morgan Montgomery to serve for Dubuque Waller.
Oof.
There's the tip over at the net. Dug up by the Golden Eagles. They set it to the left side. Cross court. Independence can't dig it. And it's 2-1. Golden Eagles.
Morgan Montgomery, she has that drop knuckleball serve. That thing is incredible. I would hate to be standing on the other side of the net from it.
Yeah, she's got I'm surprised, only 15 aces coming into the state tournament because she does have a very tough serve.
Yeah, a little bit of a long one there as that one goes out on her serve. And it's 2-2 now as Independence will regain the serve. And we're tied 2-2. And now that one just gets in for an ace serve there for Independence. Wow, what a nice serve and a nice play there by number 13, Mackenzie Hupp.
So 3-2. Independence leads and they serve. Nice jump serve right down to the floor there in that back row. Middle attack, dug up. Left side attack now by Independence and they drop it in.
Yeah, good diving attempt there by Rachel Eddy, the junior at 5'5" for Dubuque Waller. Just not enough to be able to pop it up in the air.
Madison Larsen with the kill. Another great serve.
Yeah, good dig there by Eddy once again.
And a hard spike. Can't get the dig on it. Goes off the chest of Abby Davis.
The kill there by Carolyn Cologne, the senior at 6'1", using all of that 6'1" frame. The power that comes out of her is amazing.
4-3. Independence with the early lead here on the back-to-back state champs, Dubuque Waller. Serve picked up deep back row. They're going to have to return it from middle of the floor. They do. Oh, Waller, miscommunication.
Yeah, that's tough. A miscommunication there between all the girls. And Maddie McCarron serving at the Lombero, the defensive specialist for Dubuque Waller. But you can't have those. Both these teams very good.
Both hitters went up, and neither one got to take a swing because both thought the other was going to. 5-3 Independence. Boy, that serve. Look at that serve. It barely clears the net and then just dives to the floor. You can't serve it up a lot better than that.
Yeah, it's like it's like a curveball. It's about to hit you, and then it just curves in and crosses the plate for a strike. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just tough.
Holly Cooksley doing the serving, and it's back-to-back aces by Cooksley.
The Mustangs are taking that 5 seed with storm as they are rolling here 7-3 here in set number 1. The Mustangs, they like I said before, they don't want to fall out in round number 1 again.
Now, she had 63 aces coming into the tournament, just had back-to-back. And there's a spike that's going to be down and in.
There's
over
Kansas
there on
State
the far.
for you.
Yep.
Big 12 kill right there for Carter.
Montgomery to serve it. Set right side. Dug up. Can't retrieve it at the net, though. And the point goes in favor of Independence.
Yep, Independence getting another point there, 8-4, as they go back in the lead by double score, 8-4. And that one will go into the net by Independence on the serve, and it will go back to Carter, who will serve it for Dubuque Wahlert.
8-5 Independence with the lead.
Big pickup by the Lombero there for Independence.
Tip at the net. Dug by the Golden Eagles. Back set right side. Nice dig by the Mustangs. Right up to the net. That one just a little too close for comfort to the net. And the net wins that battle.
Yeah, tough play there for the Mustangs trying to get it over. And look at this, back-to-back points for the Golden Eagles. They're right back in it.
8-6. Independence leading, and that one should be 4 hits. I don't think it ever cleared the net, did it?
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's
Yep.
what it's going to be. Yeah, didn't clear the nets. The Golden Eagles never touched it. 4 hits on the Mustangs, and the Golden Eagles back to serve again as the Golden Arms serves here for the Golden Eagles.
8-7. Independence leads by 1. Just over top of the block. Dug up nicely.
5-8, sticking the body out there.
Quick set to the middle. Pushes it over. Left side attack now. Cross court looking to the back corner. Got 1 hit on it, but won't get a second. And that's going to be a kill for Morgan Montgomery, the 5'7" senior.
Yeah, as that one goes towards the net, that's where we talk about that center net. It's obviously there to serve a purpose to keep the ball out of the other court, but it can can hurt the teams every once in a while also. Into the net again. The ball goes into the net, bounces right back on the Independence side. 4 hits. We've been seeing it all day long. We see it twice in a matter of a couple of points here for Independence. They got to get that ball over the net.
All right, so the Golden Eagles have taken the lead now 10-8. Serve receptions are going right up to the net and not giving the setter a good chance to get a good set on the ball for Independence last couple serve receives. And that one, again, same thing, in the net and back at Independence for 4 hits. So that's Elena Butters. They've set it to 2 or 3 times over here on the right side, and she's just not striking it full. It's not clearing the net.
Grace Bolkin is into the lineup as our IMT substitution here in on court number 1 here in game number 4.
IMT Insurance serving Iowa. Oh, look at that little tip over right at the net there on an overpass. Wahlert taking advantage here and scoring on mistakes by Independence, and the Mustangs take timeout. So the Golden Eagles are on a run. They lead at 12-8 in set number 1. Number 4 seed, even though they're back-to-back defending champs, they're the number 4 seed. But like you said earlier, they're still the state champs until somebody knocks them off.
They're still the state champs until Friday or when somebody knocks them off. I guess even if they were to lose tonight, they're still the state champs until we get to Friday. But they won't have an opportunity to defend their state title. But Dubuque Wahlert, they're trying to show everything. They were down. They were down big, 8-4. So look at that run.
8-0 or 8-4? No,
Yeah.
8-0.
Yeah, it's 8-0.
Yeah, on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, because it was 8-4, and now it's 12-8. So a 8-point run here for the Golden Eagles with their golden arm going to the Big 12 next year, and she's going to be deadly in the Big 12. Aaliyah Carter.
Left side attack, and it is wide. Yep, it is wide.
So again, now 9 points. We're on the run tracker.
Alexis Hearn tried to place that right inside that line, couldn't do it. 13-8. Hearn blocked at the net. Mustangs return. Now Wallert, left side, Montgomery. Doug. Return from the back. Free ball opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. They tip it over, dug up by Independence. Independence again returns from the back. Waller thought it was going long. They jump away and it lands in.
Yeah, that was a mistake there by Maddie McCarron, the libero for the Golden Eagles. She yelled out, so everybody else got away. But then last second she tried to get down and get it. She knew she had made a mistake, and that's a run killer for the Golden Eagles.
13-9, Dubuque Waller with the lead. That's hard to stop right there.
There you go.
You give her that much time to size it up, she's going to find the hole. That's Grace Lukin, the 5'10 junior.
1 point for Independence, and now we're back to, we'll call it a 10-1 run for the Golden Eagles. 10-1 is the run.
14-9, Golden Eagles lead, set number 1. That serve way long. Way too much on that one. More substitutions for Independence. And our substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Serving Iowans since 1884. You can be worry-free with
The kill dug out by the Phillies. Oh, a little change up there. But Bondurant-Farrar were expecting it. These two teams getting a volley going right here. We'll see how much longer it continues. Well, it's blocked at the net, and the point will go over to Bondurant-Farrar. The longest run of points was by Dallas Center Grimes from 12 to 15. That's a 4-point run, and that's been the biggest margin so far in the first game. And they shot down and for the point.
At left side, trying to push it in the back corner. Nobody was there, but she pushed it just a little too much.
Yeah, very good play by the junior Rachel Eddy. She followed that ball. She watched it with her eyes. She ran from about the mid portion of the backcourt, followed it until it went out of bounds.
Spike off the block, dug up by Waller. Waller now from the middle. Dug by the Mustangs. Back to Waller, right at the net. Independence tried to stuff it, couldn't do it. Waller now trying to answer. Off the slide, right side, can't put it down again, just clears the net. Independence back at him twice. Second time is a charm.
Yeah, see the overpass that time by Dubuque Waller comes back to hurt them. But the first time in that rally that they had an overpass, it almost helped them because Independence could not gather it up. They could not control it. They did barely get it over on the third hit, but then the second over hit comes back to hurt Dubuque Waller, and it's 16-12. We have a 4-point ball game.
Tip over by Waller. Left side, down. Over there on the left side by
another big body in there. Does a great job of bodying up that ball, get it to her center mass, and just crushing it.
16-13. Golden Eagles with the lead in set number 1. Again from the middle. And that time it's Madison Larsen for the Golden Eagles. More IMT substitutions coming in here. IMT Insurance. 17-13, set number 1. Dubuque Waller with the lead. Again, that serve receive right up at the net, maybe even cleared it. And again, tipped back at the Mustangs by that front row of Waller. Finally, they clear the blockers. Dug deep back row by Waller. Waller returns off the block, and that's a kill for Dubuque Waller.
Wow, Aaliyah Carter just crushes that one. And, wow, what a point there for Dubuque Waller. Number 3 seed DCG leading Bondurant-Farrar 21-15 across the way.
Again, overpass on the receive, back to Waller. Waller tries to hammer it down cross court. And the initial dig attempt is going to sail out of bounds, so it's a kill.
I know we've talked about her quite a bit, but watching her is just impressive. She crushes that one. Carter crushes that one. It's dug out. Now, most players would follow that ball all the way to the sidelines thinking it's going to be, it could stay in. But Carter, she gave one glance at it, turned around and said, that ball's out. She knew it. It lands on the scorer's table, and that's a point for Dubuque Waller, the Golden Eagles.
Well, again, Independence has got to work on their receiving, especially on the serves, but even on some of these spikes and things, they got to get their hands underneath of the ball and they're struggling to do that. And probably the last 3 or 4 serve receives that they've had have.
Point lead is down to 3 at 21-18. We got a timeout coming right here. 21 for Dallas Center Grimes, 18 for Bondurant-Farrar. We're back after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Usually when you get to this point in the game, you kind of get a feel, Joe, for which team's in command. What is your gut telling you here? Who's in command, or is anybody?
Well, I think the Phillies have played this first match a little bit better than the Lady Jays. However, the Lady Jays have put together a nice little run here of three points to cut that 5-point deficit. I don't think anything within 5 is you can make that up a lot faster. So they're right where they want to be right here.
Macy Bailey on the serve for the Lady Jays. Dallas Center Grimes trying to get the points they need at the net. Nice save. The Phillies put it down. Hannah Ashley with the point, 22-18, and serve goes to Dallas Center Grimes, DCG. And when you know it, Ashley made the nice play. She served. He'll run with a jump serve. Bondurant-Farrar digs it. Kill a tip. Oh, nice dig that time by Dakota Miles for Dallas Center Grimes. Bondurant-Farrar trying to counter at the net. Missed the time on the jump. You can't beat the effort there of trying to save that shot by Grace Hinsey. So back to serve. Hannah Ashley, 23-18. Bondurant-Farrar, oh, that ball spun out and out of bounds, and guess what? One more point. 6-point advantage for Dallas Center Grimes. They could win on this serve. We've had one ace so far in this game. With the pass to the other end. Bondurant-Farrar gets the point.
And that's what they've been looking for, the Lady Jays. Kate Tippmann's been hitting some rockets down there, but the Phillies have had an answer for her and have been able to dig out at least 4 of her nice hard spikes. That time the finesse shot gets it in.
And you mentioned Tippmann. She serves for the Jays, trying to keep them alive here in game 1. Walking off the right side. The Phillies keep it alive with a pass. And it goes out of bounds. Now it's a 4-point lead for Dallas Center Grimes.
That's kind of been the story here. Is Dallas Center Grimes goes up to 5 points. The Lady Jays chip it away. Let's just see if they can close the gap.
Tippmann's serve is answered by Dallas Center Grimes. Now Bondurant-Farrar at the net with a block. Will come back and a try and a block attempt again. It goes point to Dallas Center Grimes as it goes out of bounds, and that's game point for game number 1. As Dallas Center Grimes wins it by a final of 25-20. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. What's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
At Fairway, we're all about fresh. Fresh ingredients, refreshingly low prices, and now, fresh new offerings store-wide. Come try our new convenient grab-and-go meal kits. Discover an even bigger selection of the brands you love. And see how we've updated our stores to make every shopping trip easier, faster, and fresher. Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
You just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to
We are back. Joe Danielson, Lance Reno from the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids with the second 4A quarterfinal of the day on court number 2. The first set won by Dallas Center Grimes 25-20. When you look at the times on attack, Bondurant-Farrar with 33 and Dallas Center Grimes with 35, I would have thought the advantage would have been there. But when you look at kills, 14-7. What jumps out at you from that stat sheet?
Kills and digs for DCG, 17 digs compared to 12 for Bondurant-Farrar. That's basically a 5-point swing. That's kind of what we were talking about that whole match, was that 5 points that the Lady Jays couldn't quite chip away at.
You're right. Cedar Falls, Linn-Mar, Valley, and Centennial, the winners in today's 5A quarterfinals. So far today, Sergeant Bluff Luton, Cedar Rapids Xavier have won here. Tomorrow action starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yes, in the morning on Standard Time, Iowa Standard Time, all right? If you translated that to the other time, well, whatever. Here we go with the Phillies serving to Bondurant-Farrar. A little trouble with the backspin on that one, but a nice return for Bondurant-Farrar. Now the kill attempt, nice dig. And the shot is going to come up just a little bit short, but you can't fault the effort of Macy Bailey. She gave it a pretty good shot.
Yep, got a nice hand on it.
So now the serve from Dallas Center Grimes goes off Bondurant-Farrar and out of play. We'll see how the momentum from game 1 carries over here early into game number 2. Right now it would appear that Dallas Center Grimes may have that advantage. I'm not sure yet which team is, quote, deeper in players than the other. Running left-handed serve. Bondurant-Farrar passes to the left side and a block at the net by Dallas Center Grimes. And the point will go there. On the block, I think, was Tiffany Dinger. You've mentioned her name several times in game 1.
Yep, and she's got that height, that 6'3" frame. She's gonna be at the net, and you're not gonna be able to hit it over. That's for sure.
With the serve, Dallas Center Grimes. Now Bondurant-Farrar trying to set their offense. The pass to the right side by Dallas Center Grimes. At the net, nice shot attempt there. Again, TD, Tiffany Dinger.
There she is, and she didn't have to aim. All that took was aiming. She didn't have to jump real high.
Right.
Again, she could hit that exactly where she wanted it, put that ball right on the corner.
4-0 lead here in game 2 by Dallas Center Grimes. Bondurant-Farrar trying to get the serve back, but it was going to be out on the return. And all of a sudden, we're going to get a timeout right here by Bondurant-Farrar. We have timeout on the floor with Dallas Center Grimes leading Bondurant-Farrar 5-0.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. What's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back at the U.S. Cellular Center, I'm Lance Reno along with Joe Danielson, and it's a 5-0 quick start for the Phillies, Joe. 10 seconds. What's your analysis here?
Well, we're back with that 5-point spread that we were talking about earlier. And that's, again, that was hard for the Lady Jays to come back from last match. For Kate Tippmann, she's had a lot of chances, but the doubt that the Phillies have been there to answer her every time. It's the Lady Jays' top scorer right there, and she's just been struggling a little bit.
Dallas Center Grimes on the serve. Bondurant-Farrar gets it back to the other court. Here is a nice kill attempt blocked, and Dallas Center Grimes countering everything that is done, but we have a double hit, and the point goes over to Bondurant-Farrar. That's their first point in the match, 5-1. Leaders start at Central College, and scholar athletes succeed in the court and in the classroom. Learn how to be more than a spectator through Central College by visiting them, www.central.edu. Bondurant-Farrar countering here after the serve. Passing and getting a volley. Work in the passing lane. Here's the kill attempt. It may be trouble. It's a point for Dallas Center Grimes, and they take their lead up to 6-1. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. Yeah, they did. So the serve to Dallas Center Grimes. Hannah Ashley at 5'9". She looks taller than 5'9". With the pass attempt, Bondurant-Farrar. Oh, nice shot from the left side that time by Lexi Biter. Here's the ball out of bounds, and the point, it was touched by Bondurant-Farrar, ruled by the officials. And another point for the Phillies. Phillies and Lady Jays. Kate Tippmann has given her effort, a solid effort for Bondurant-Farrar. She wears number 4 in the blue. Here comes the pass. It looked like it was going to go to Tippmann. The Phillies counter at the net. Bondurant-Farrar kicks it back to the Phillies. They'll drop it off. Bondurant-Farrar ready for it. And now the point is going to be awarded to Dallas Center Grimes. I'm not sure what the call was there by the official. May have been on the sideline.
Yeah,
but serving now.
Yeah. Didn't get his direct call from him there.
I was looking over there and I didn't see him do anything. Hannah Ashley setting it to the front line and across. Phillies looking for the drop-off. Nobody right in the middle. Perfectly placed.
Yep, and that's been the Phillies' go-to all day long, really, or all night long, is that nice little finesse tap shot right over the top 2 defenders. And, again, Lady Jays haven't had anybody behind that first line.
I guess you could call that a dink shot.
Guess so, yeah. A little.
Here's the return service attempt under the net for Bondurant-Farrar. Grace Hinsey made that effort. And it's a 10-1 lead for the Phillies, who continue with serve. Hannah Ashley. So use a little bit of a jump serve. Bondurant-Farrar passes to the left. Lexi Bedier. Ball goes out of bounds on her. And a timeout taken right here. 11-1 is the score. We'll be back with more from the U.S. Cellular Center after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back at the U.S. Cellular Center as we bring you coverage of the 2018 Girls State Volleyball Tournaments on the Mid-American Energy Iowa Girls High School Sports Network. Lance Reno along with Joe Danielson. Right now, Bondurant-Farrar has got really to get something going steady. Yep, Dallas Center Grimes not letting them.
Nope. And the Lady Jays need to get a couple 2-for-1s here, 2 points for every one, because they can't just exchange point for point here at this point with a down 10 this early in the match.
Or it'll be a short one. Served by Dallas Center Grimes. To the middle, a drop off, kept alive. From the right side, the block. Nice block at the net, another block, and the putback. Dallas Center Grimes still working. Bondurant-Farrar kicks it back for a little more clearance room. And the volley continues. Dallas Center Grimes. Bondurant-Farrar with a nice save by the libero. The block at the net. Wow. Up high, Tiffany Denger, 6'3".
Yep, and there she is again, just really affecting this game. And Haley Hildebaugh had also a great little sequence there right at the net.
Those are the plays that sometimes go unnoticed. Here's another block at the net by Denger. Bondurant-Farrar took that ball into the middle to Tippmann, and Denger was right there with her. I think Denger's kind of, well, I don't know if she can shift or not, but they definitely know where number 4 is on the floor.
Yep, and she's starting to oppose her will on this one so far.
Now the pass, and counter measure goes out of bounds by Dallas Center Grimes. Hey, Bondurant-Farrar gets the chance to serve here. Kate Tippmann will get that opportunity. 13-2 in favor of Dallas Center Grimes in game 2. Dallas Center Grimes won the first game 25-20. The Phillies, Lady Jays will try to answer here. They're set up the pass, and the shot by Tippmann goes across the net, but Dallas Center Grimes has an answer. To the left now, the right side. And again, another volley. Long shot, that time by Dallas Center Grimes. Back-to-back points here for Bondurant-Farrar. You called it.
Yep, that's what they need. Need to string together 5-6 points in a row.
Service here for Kate Tippmann, senior. Goes long, trying to get that ball to spin down. It just didn't bite downwards. Crowds have been good so far today here at the U.S. Cellular Center. Girls State Volleyball Tournament. Lots of games tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock. Right now we're in the middle of game 2 with Dallas Center Grimes leading Bondurant-Farrar 14-4. Point goes over to, or correction, 15-3. I thought that was long.
It did look a little bit long, yeah. I thought so as well.
I don't have instant replay, so.
That's right.
Now the Lady Jays trying to get that extra point in there. Tippmann kicks it to the front line, and the drop in there, nicely done for Bondurant-Farrar. Was that Hinsey?
I think so, Grace Hinsey. She's...
And we have a substitution for Bondurant-Farrar. Maddie Vance comes out of the lineup as Cameron O'Connor returns. Our substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. And the shot over the net by Abby Greiman results in a point for the Phillies, 16-4. Serving now, Kenna Jackson, 5'6" freshman. Wears number 9 for the Phillies. Bondurant-Farrar sets up the pass, attacking at the net. The attack was strong, but the ball went into the net off Cameron O'Connor.
Yep, you're looking to hit the ball there at the apex of the jump at the high point, and there's just a little bit. She ran into that ball as she was coming down and just couldn't get her hand over the top of it.
Bondurant-Farrar passing the ball, looking for the kill, and it's into the net. Frustration time right now as B. Dyer thought she had a good open shot, but the ball spun downwards instead of upwards. Coming up, this is the last games of the day. Wahlert and Independence are playing on the other court. A diving attempt by Bondurant-Farrar results in a point. Going back to Dallas Center Grimes, 19-4. 4 straight points now by the Phillies. Bondurant-Farrar takes it deep. Phillies counter. And the shot, nothing on that time.
It's a little too hot there for
Macy Bailey.
Yep, a little too hot for her to get her hands over the top, and it just sailed off and out of bounds.
Right now, Dallas Center Grimes on a run, much like they had in the first game. Well, this is more constant. There's a drop-off. Nice shot that time. Grace Hinsey for Bondurant-Farrar gives them a point and the opportunity to serve. We're going to have a substitution. Our substitution is brought to you by IMT Insurance, serving Iowans since 1884. Be worry-free with IMT. Serving for Bondurant-Farrar is Maddie Vance. Return. Struggling a little bit with it. Dallas Center Grimes. Pass to the left, and the drop shot in there good by Cameron O'Connor. Maybe that's the spark the Jays needed.
Well, they're in a little bit of a hole here. I mean, they're just going to have to really elongate this game out here. You can't give up 5 more points. You need to get a run strung together.
With the serve now. Phillies of Dallas Center Grimes. Oh, they got the ball out of the net. Here's a kill attempt. Nicely done by Bondurant-Farrar. Hinsey on that shot, I think. Skylar Mullen, sophomore, doing the serve honors for the Jays. Dallas Center Grimes working the ball from left to right side. The attempted return comes up short for Bondurant-Farrar. 21-7 now. This is game 2. Dallas Center Grimes won 25-20 in game 1. Got to win 3 to advance. As a nice shot out of the middle. Abby Griman able to close it down for Dallas Center Grimes, and 22-7 lead. 3rd kill for her. 6 kills out there for Tiffany Danger. And Caitlin Knutson has 7. Bondurant-Farrar sets it from right to left. Dallas Center Grimes using all the court. Bondurant-Farrar with the set. And the kill attempt. It'll go down for a point off the hands of the libero, Dakota Miles of Dallas Center Grimes. 22-8. When the match was 5-1, then Dallas Center Grimes went on a roll to take it out to 13-1. I think that's what swung it this game too their way.
Yeah, that did make a big gap, almost insurmountable.
And the block at the net. Abby Griman. Right now, Dallas Center Grimes in this game at least doing whatever they want, and it's working for them.
Yep, and the Lady Jays have struggled a little bit here to respond to.
Bondurant-Farrar tries to get it on the return. Setting it in the back court. Shot goes out of bounds. The point goes to Dallas Center Grimes. They're serving for game point with a 24-8 lead. A low serve over the net. And the drop-off attempt, it's going to go to Dallas Center Grimes. 25-8. The Phillies win game 2. So they improved by, their defense improved by 12 points.
Well, yep, I think the offense also didn't suffer a drop-off as well. Their offense kept clicking. Well, the Lady Jays, their offense kind of
struggled.
They struggled a bit, couldn't get a whole lot going. And then at that same time, the Phillies got really hot and got rolling with that 12-point string.
You're watching the Girls State Volleyball Tournament on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's digital network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Iowa Girls High School Sports Network. Joe and I will be back with match number 3 after we take this short break.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. What's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
At Fairway, we're all about fresh. Fresh ingredients, refreshingly low prices, and now, fresh new offerings store-wide. Come try our new convenient grab-and-go meal kits. Discover an even bigger selection of the brands you love. And see how we've updated our stores to make every shopping trip easier, faster, and fresher. Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to do.
We are in Cedar Rapids. Joe Danielson, Lance Reno from the Girls State Volleyball Tournament at the U.S. Cellular Center, being brought to you by Mid-American Energy, Iowa Girls High School Sports Network. So far, it has been all Dallas Center Grimes. What's it going to take here in Game 3 to stay alive to play Game 4 for Bondurant-Farrar, Joe?
I think it's at least, one game at a time, obviously, but the Lady Jays need to get some points strung together and fast. Look to jump out to a quick lead and got to keep it rolling from there.
Pretty much Dallas Center Grimes in that last game was able to get the shots where they wanted and score off of them, where Bondurant-Farrar, Dallas Center Grimes was picking up the shots and putting them in a bad situation all the way around. And we thank you for joining us tonight, even though there was an election today.
That's right.
It's nice not to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. It's almost over, huh?
Yep. So here's the serve by Bondurant-Farrar. Dallas Center Grimes trying to bring it back. Bondurant-Farrar counters. A little more active as the shot goes across the net by Tippmann. Now the shot to the back. Dallas Center Grimes, again, good placement on the return. I think that's the difference here in this matchup. The Phillies have been pretty much putting the ball where they want.
Yep, the Phillies have been able to, get the ball on the paint. Well, the Lady Jays have had a lot of good chances, but the Phillies have just played excellent defense.
Hannah Ashley on the serve for the Phillies. Bondurant-Farrar trying to come back to block at the net. And again, that height at the net having an impact. The ball is set, and the shot into the net by Haley Heidelbaugh will give Bondurant-Farrar their first point of the match. This is number 3. We got to be looking for a good dig of the 3 games, and that's going to be your choice.
Oh, that's right, yep. So far, a couple good plays from both of the liberos.
As the shot goes long, they're going to say the point goes to Bondurant-Farrar. I think that's a good call. A lot of velocity on that return, but it was just out. Serving here is Katie Tippmann for the Jays. Phillies move it to the left side, and there's an extra hand trying to help out. The ball goes out of bounds off Bondurant-Farrar. Point goes to Dallas Center Grimes, who serves in the person of Dakota Miles, the libero. Where's a good number? 3. Their jump serve is low. Ball placement once again on the shot.
Yep, a nice ace serve. That's
On the other court, number 1, that game is number 2 is tied at 24 each. Here's the running serve once again. Bondurant-Farrar sets it up. And the block back, credit one of 2 players that time. I'm not sure which one to credit. Greiman?
I believe
Abby
so.
Greiman?
I think Greiman got up there. 6'1" senior with a nice defense at the net there.
And not only is their height, but I'd like to measure their reach. We've seen several girls that probably have a 3-foot reach with their arms.
It's, another thing is timing the jump. Timing the jump is everything. They want to meet the ball at the high point when you're responding. And see, there you go again.
Height.
The Phillies jump up, and they can, even with their height, they can get the ball on the way down if they overjump it.
That was Greiman on the point, as it's now a 5-2 lead for Dallas Center Grimes. The serve by Dakota Miles. Bondurant-Farrar, nice shot that time by the Lady Jays, Grace Hinsey. Here's the dig by Tippmann, and a nicely placed shot for the point for Bondurant-Farrar.
And that's the first kill that Bondurant-Farrar has gotten in a while without untouched kill. You know, they haven't been able to sneak one past.
And this is the most points they've had at this juncture of the 2 other games in this one. Dallas Center Grimes, Bondurant-Farrar in the dark uniforms on the right side of the screen. Dallas Center Grimes in the white with red. Little drop over pass knocked back to the Dallas Center Grimes court. A block at the net. Nice play, Grace Hinsey. And it's a 5-4 Philly lead. I think Bondurant-Farrar is better than the 8 points they had in the last game. They're playing with a little spirit right now. Here's out of bounds. It goes off the hands. A little spin and rotation. If it wasn't for bad luck, Bondurant-Farrar wouldn't be having any luck tonight here in this one. As we get the serve from Dallas Center Grimes. Hannah Ash, the correction. The server is Kenna Jackson. And the ball goes to the floor. Bondurant-Farrar looks at 7 points on the scoreboard for Dallas Center Grimes. Leaders start at Central College, and scholar athletes succeed on the court and in the classroom. Learn more how to be more than a spectator. Visit Central College at www.central.edu. Bondurant-Farrar comes back with a nice play and a point, Joe.
Cameron O'Brien, I believe, number 10. Oh, nope, sorry, that was Grace Hinsey again, the senior, with 300 kills on the year for the Lady Jays.
The server for Bondurant when she stepped on the line.
Yep, that side judge got that, threw the flag up immediately.
Yep, 8-5 now. Dallas Center Grimes. 28-27 on court number 1 in game 2. You got to win by 2. The jump serve. Bondurant-Farrar captures it, and with a nice knockdown. Nice play that time by Macy Bailey. 8-6, they're hanging tough. This is more like we expected this match to be.
Up as the Lady Jays are trying to dig themselves out of this 2-game hole. They don't want to obviously give up the 3rd game.
Running shot by the Phillies. Lady Jays come back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice effort that time by Tippmann. She put a little extra oomph on that, made it a tough play for the Phillies to return the shot back up across the net. Serving now, Grace Hinsey. Running serve. Phillies catch it to the back line. And the block at the net. 2 players were there. There's what a nice dig by Dallas Center Grimes.
And I think that one
and the shot comes off and out of bounds. That could be a contender.
That could be it right there for Dakota Miles, the libero for Dallas Center Grimes.
So it's a 9-7 score. Ashley Ferguson, a 5'4" junior, with the serve into the net. not exactly what she had planned. Substitution coming in. Our substitution being brought to you by IMT Insurance. Visit IMTINS.com today. Serving Iowans since 1884. Serving now for Kendall Anderson for Boundurant-Farrar. He drops it off, dug out in the back line. And they get the ball where they wanted it to the shot, but Dallas Center Grimes able to counter. There's a set, a little running shot. Good defense and good return by Dallas Center Grimes, and they get another point.
An excellent effort there from Kendall Anderson on the back line for the Lady Jays. Just dive in for it and a little bit out of reach.
Into the Phillies lineup returns Cameron O'Brien and Haley Heidelbaugh, numbers 10 and 14 respectively. Dallas Center Grimes has been subbing a lot of players in and out. Bondurant-Farrar has been pretty much the same group. Here's a shot, nicely placed, that time by Kate Tippmann. And we got a game. A 1 point margin, as you pointed out a few minutes ago.
Tippmann's going to be the player that gets Lady Jays back in this, and hopefully for them, gets them the win. Keep them alive.
2-0 lead for Dallas Center Grimes as we're in midpoint of game 3. Block at the net by Tippmann. Dallas Center Grimes recovers. Tippmann feeds it to the right. And the kill shot touched by Dallas Center Grimes, Dakota Miles. And guess what? We're tied at 10. It's the first tie in this game. First tie in this whole set.
Right, so now it's first to score 15.
On the left side, the Phillies return it to the Lady Jays. Tippmann at the net, dug it back out, kept it alive. Lady Jays take it. Now the Phillies get it blocked, and getting a hand up there, I think, was Maddie Vance.
I believe so, yep, Vance, number 11, and that's what the Lady Jays have been missing in these first two, and now this third set. It's finally come out for them, that net defense.
Ironic that number 11 scores their 11th point.
Yep, there we go. You have the odds of that.
Now Bondurant-Farrar with another good shot gets it down. Lexi Bidayer, and a timeout coming here.
Yep, and it's a nice timeout for DCG, kind of quiet the momentum.
So we have timeout on the floor with Bondurant-Farrar leading Dallas Center Grimes 12-10.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. But what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids, and the temperature, folks, I think fall has left us. It's getting colder by the minute. Had a chance to step outside for a breath of fresh air a little while ago. Breath of fresh air right here in Game 3 from Bondurant-Farrar, Joe. What are they doing to get the lead?
That's right. They got it turned around. They finally got their offense going with some. The ball placement also has been a big thing for the Lady Jays, where the Phillies have been able to place the ball wherever they want. Similar to that there, yep.
4 straight points have been scored by Bondurant-Farrar until the ball knocked out of bounds with some top spin on it.
That was a
that makes it a 12-11 lead, Bondurant-Farrar.
Yeah. Nice use of a timeout there also from DCG to quiet the crowd, maybe get a little of the momentum back.
The serve by the Phillies, and it goes out of play. Hannah Ashley put some type of spin on that one that made it a difficult return at the other end by Bondurant-Farrar. We're tied at 12. Second tie in the ball game. Lots of things going on in sports right now. The focus on the girls' courses right here in Cedar Rapids. 3A games get underway tomorrow, starting at 10. The return by Bondurant-Farrar and a nice place shot. Lexi Bidayer.
Another kill, probably their fourth of this match. Again, that's the difference maker.
That's her third kill. I'm sorry.
As a team, I think
sixth
the
kill.
Lady Jays, as a team in the match, they've really started to get it going.
We're looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. There's a nicely placed shot, and the point will come back to Dallas Center Grimes, and we are tied for the third time in this one. Phillies in serve, Dakota Miles. Now Bondurant-Farrar with the passing. Phillies setting it up, looking for the kill. Nice dig by Bondurant-Farrar. And the return shot. Tippmann tried to return it. Unfortunately for her, it had a little bit of side spin. So the point goes to Dallas Center Grimes, and their lead now is 14-13. Out of bounds, the serve by Dallas Center Grimes. Up in the air, the pass. Tried to drop it off on that. There's no really open zone in that Phillies defense. The volley continues, but they're going to award a point to the Phillies. They being the officials. So it makes it a 15-13 lead. Did Bondurant-Farrar leave it all on the floor? Do they have anything left in the gas tank?
I think so. I don't think this one's quite over yet.
That's a net serve. And the point, a double touch.
Double touch, yep.
And a timeout coming here. Timeout taken by Bondurant-Farrar. 16-13, the Phillies lead it. We're back for the final parts of this match after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back at the U.S. Cellular Center as you are watching, and we thank you for watching us today, the Girls 2018 State Volleyball Tournament on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Iowa Girls High School Sports Network. We invite you to tune in again tomorrow and again Thursday as we have the 3A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals. Thursday, it's the semis. So there are a lot of good volleyball remaining. Dallas Center Grimes with the serve. Bondurant-Farrar after they took the timeout trying to get reset. And a nice save inside. A nice dig there by Bondurant-Farrar. Now for the Lady Jays. They get it across the line. And now it goes out of bounds. The Phillies will add to their total. That's the fourth kill.
Yeah, another nicely placed shot there for the kill. Right, split the two last line defenders so neither one of them could get a hand over the top of it.
Now from the backcourt, Chloe Little for Bondurant-Farrar gets it up to net, and they get the point. Lady Jays trying to pull back on this one. They'll serve it. It'll be Chloe Little, who's had a couple of nice digs here for Bondurant-Farrar. The Phillies get it to the net, pass up to the front line, and the Phillies get it back. They move it to Bondurant-Farrar. Lady Jays getting it across, and the point for Bondurant-Farrar. 17-14. 15, I apologize. Close one.
Yep. Similar to the first match we saw here. Second one got a little bit out of hand.
Nicely placed pass and shot by Abby Greiman, the 6'1 senior. You pointed out the advantage she has on the inside. 18 now for Dallas Center Grimes and 15 for Bondurant-Farrar. Dallas Center Grimes won the first two, 25-20 and 25-8. Passing by Bondurant-Farrar. Nicely placed shot gets the point for the Lady Jays. 18-16. Service, Bondurant-Farrar. With the serve is Skylar Mullen. And it goes long.
Boy, that was a last-second decision there from the Phillies to not put a hand on that ball.
Probably a good choice. Or would have been a Bondurant-Farrar point.
Would have been hard to return that one.
Caitlin Knudsen with the serve for the Phillies. Lady Jays bounce it off the head of one of the young ladies up on the net. The point goes to Bondurant-Farrar, 19-17. 8 kills now for the Lady Jays. Grace Hinsey. You mentioned her name early, and you picked it out. She would be a key player for them at this juncture of this match. Shot off to the right side. And the point will be awarded Dallas Center Grimes. They're the first one to 20.
This is where the match gets real interesting for the Lady Jays. They want to close this gap and get to 20, the same as the Phillies. You don't want the Phillies to get up 5 here or 4.
Phillies with the serve. Bondurant-Farrar deep in their own territory. Now the Phillies pass it up to the timeline. Ball is in the air. And Bondurant-Farrar almost had a point. Now there's a nice, there's an intimidation block. She didn't touch the ball, but she did force the mistake by the Philly. Cameron O'Connor, I think, Joe. Service to Bondurant-Farrar. Kendall Anderson. And the dig out of the backcourt. A little drop off. There's that height on the inside. Danger at 6'3", just kind of like dropped it like you drop a piece of candy in somebody's trick-or-treat bowl.
Yeah, there you go. And she can see over the defense, too, so she knows where those little those clear areas are for that little finesse shot.
Look at her as she stands there on the floor. Her reach is almost to the bottom of the top of the ribbon on the net. 21-18. Dallas Center Grimes. Now the little pass across. Bondurant-Farrar coming for the kill. Tippmann is blocked at the net. It goes out of bounds. Substitution now. Our substitutions being brought to you by IMT Insurance. Be worry-free. IMT serving Iowa since 1884. The point went to Bondurant-Farrar. 21-19 as play continues here in Game 3. Nice dig in the back, but it went out of bounds off the net. And we got a match. We're within one.
That's what we talked about. The Lady Jays didn't want the Phillies to get up to 20, and they made it happen.
Lady Jays take the timeout here with a 1-point lead at 21-20. We're back with more from the U.S. Cellular Center in a moment.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. But what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Either one of them, really.
Lance Reno, Joe Danielson, Girls State Volleyball Championships for a quarterfinal. Second and last match for the day on court number 2, which would be on the west end of the arena, if you like to have directions. Bondurant-Farrar has really come on strong and showing what they're made of now in game number 3. But they have to win it to keep playing. Here's the serve into and just over the net. We are tied at 21.
And Haley Hiddlebaugh turned around expecting the ball to come over, and it just crept over the net.
Now another serve, and it's one's into the net. That's 3 points in a row, though, for Bondurant-Farrar. Service goes to the Phillies of Dallas Center Grimes. Can they serve out for the win? Can Bondurant-Farrar get it back? Here's the serve. Lady Jays struggling a little bit. It's underneath and a little bit of a reverse spin. That ball in its rotation going through the air had a little different rotation than what she has served before. Hannah Ashley.
Hannah Ashley with 4 aces already.
6 kills. She's had quite a night. And we got another timeout right here. Bondurant-Farrar takes the timeout here. They trail Dallas Center Grimes 23-21 back at the U.S. Cellular Center after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
U.S. Cellular Center final stages of this third 4A quarterfinal. Dallas Center Grimes already with a 2-0 lead. How's this last few points going to play out, Joe?
Well, honestly, it could go either way. It's kind of been the same storyline as the first match. This match really is up for grabs still.
25-20, Dallas Center Grimes won the opening match. Bondurant-Farrar coming out of the timeout, a little more active. Dallas Center Grimes, and there's a point. Nicely played, nicely hit ball for the Phillies. So this could be game and match point right here. Hannah Ashley. It's on her shoulders right now. Bondurant-Farrar tries to return. Tippmann is blocked back. And a play in the inside, I think, was made by...
I think it was Hannah Ashley.
Hannah Ashley. Yep. That's the number that kind of fleetingly went through my mind, but a good effort by Bondurant-Farrar in games 1 and 3. Unfortunately, they just chilled in the game number 2. Let's take a quick break and then be back to summarize this one and look ahead to tomorrow's schedule as well. Dallas Center Grimes wins it 3-0 over Bondurant-Farrar.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
At Fairway, we're all about fresh. Fresh ingredients, refreshingly low prices, and now, fresh new offerings store-wide. Come try our new convenient grab-and-go meal kits. Discover an even bigger selection of the brands you love. And see how we've updated our stores to make every shopping trip easier, faster, and fresher. Fairway Meat and Grocery. It's what we're all about.
Back at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids, and it's time to choose our dig of the match here in the matchup between Dallas Center Grimes and the Bondurant-Farrar Lady Jays. Couple 3 players could be in consideration, but Joe, I think we agree
I think Dakota Miles there for the Phillies. She had that real nice dig. I think that's what we'll call the dig of the match, was early on in this third game.
Correct.
Overall, though, she finished with 19 digs, and that's making her presence known and keeping her team in it, really, with that type of play at the libero position.
Dallas Center Grimes knocks Bondurant-Farrar out of the tournament 25-20, 25-8, and 25-21. Bondurant-Farrar closes at 34-3. Dallas Center Grimes advances at 36-4. They'll take on Cedar Rapids Xavier 28-8 on Thursday at noon. Sergeant Bluff Luton awaiting the winner of the Wahlert Independence game coming your way as soon as it gets done across the way. Any general comment about the matchup? I think you kind of pretty much summed it up a little bit in that the basic part of it with Dallas Center Grimes able to control the tempo.
Yep, game 1 and 3 really could have went either way. That second game, though, for the Lady Jays, they just struggled, only mustering 8 points, and that was really dug them into a hole and kind of took away some of that momentum that they had. Other than that, both games 25-20, 25-21, really were any teams to win. But the Phillies were just able to come out on top tonight.
So that puts a wrap on court number 2 here for this Tuesday. A lot of action. Winning on court 2 were Ankeny Centennial, West Des Moines Valley, Cedar Rapids Xavier, and Dallas Center Grimes. And you look to tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. on court number 1. It's the 3A quarterfinals, Davenport, Assumption, and Osage. At 12 o'clock, the 3A quarterfinals, Carroll Kemper and Clarion Goldfield Dows. On court number 2, Tipton takes on New Hampton at 10, and at 12 noon, Floyd Valley takes on Mount Vernon. 2 o'clock, 2A quarterfinals. I kind of think that's neat. The 2A at 2. We'll take that.
Symmetry, yep.
But the 1A should have been at 1, right? I'm
Need to
kidding.
get the schedule straight.
The 2A quarterfinals tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Beckman out of Dyersville. Beckman Catholic takes on Wilton, and Western Christian takes on Trainer. The 4 o'clock 2A quarterfinals, Unity Christian against Dyke New Hartford. That should be a dandy. And another good one, Sydney taking on Tri-Center of Neola. The 1A quarterfinals, well, they kick it off at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Janesville takes on Gladbrook Rhinebeck. This is the first time the Rebels of Gladbrook Rhinebeck have been in the state tournament since 1988.
Wow, yep, and they're up against perennial powerhouse
Janesville.
in Janesville. Yeah.
I think I know somebody's leaning towards Janesville.
Hey,
His initials are DD, right? Starmont takes on Tripola at 8. The other 6 o'clock 1A quarterfinal, Lamar's Galen Catholic takes on East Mills. And at 8 o'clock, Holy Trinity Catholic takes on Montezuma out of the Southeast Iowa Conference. So familiar with about 3 of these teams that are up here tomorrow, so it'll be kind of fun to watch them. Joe, thanks very much for helping out and your good observations. For those of you that are Bondurant-Farrar fans, unfortunately, the Lady Jays go down tonight at the hands of Dallas Center Grimes by scores of 25-20, 25-8, and 25-21. Our thanks to our producers and engineers and camera people for making it possible. I think we'll all be back to do it again tomorrow if we can find a warm spot sometime and somewhere tonight. From the U.S. Cellular Center, I'm Lance Reno. Thank you for watching. We'll catch up to you again tomorrow at 10.